Reality check, man, from your device, you know it's a unique one. Aromatic Realistic TV. Anyway, today, my viewers and subscribers, we see the Prime Minister last week at the Montego Bay Conference Center, where they went to give us the date for the parish council election. And the Prime Minister seems like he was having a meltdown, showing the way how he was carrying on at that conference center. I said to myself, I wonder if the Prime Minister shit up. Because the way how the Prime Minister go on in other crowd, we think him shit up, brother. At time him holding head so. But after him that kind of rage, your head no must stay at you, man. Because we don't know how to make you wild up yourself, so brother. Calm down, man. Calm down. Because I have a couple clips here that I want to show you guys. You understand? I just want you to sit back and relax. Don't clip past this content. It is very important. Because I want to take you back to Clifton. And when the Prime Minister demolished the house of Clifton, it wasn't just the Prime Minister alone, you know. The Prime Minister stand on the floor of the Parliament and tell the people of Jamaica lies that there was underground criminal elements taking place over there. And then not just that, but he also used cliff views to dominate the airwaves. And Cliff Hughes sell it like it was real. And Cliff Hughes himself and Andrew Holness know that this was a lie. You hear me just say, Andrew Holness and Cliff Hughes know that. Them set up the Jamaican people and tell the Jamaican people lie. Demolish the house over Bernal Lodge, Clifton. It really puzzles me. So it kind of see how the Prime Minister go on. I come like the man, they have a mental breakdown. Knowing all what he has done to the Jamaican people. And then you behave so. I tell we, when the people of Jamaica see me and hear me and touch me and feel me, they know I am for real. I am from them. I am like them. I went through what they went through. I went through their struggles. I understand their struggles. And I am true. I am your child. I am your son. I am your brother. I am your uncle. And now I could be your father. Andrew Holness, you know, they tell the people of Jamaica now, you know. Remember this Andrew Holness, you know, of Zozo and states of emergency upon the ghetto youth them now, you know, for 7 years, you know. The ghetto youth them cannot have a Christmas, you know. 7 years, you know, brother. But anyway, I am going to play the clip and we will dissect after. Take it away.
And I listen, I see all the lies they publish, all the falsehood and false narratives they carry. I don't always respond because I don't go through third parties. I talk directly to the people of Jamaica. When the people of Jamaica see me and hear me and touch me and feel me, they know I am real. I am from them. I am like them. I went through their struggles. I understand their struggles and I'm true to them. I am your child.
Your child. I am your son. I am your brother. I am your uncle. And I could be your father. You are my family. You are my family.
So as I was shaped
I don't know. I don't know.
mentally, politically, by the experience
It
of the
hurt him.
1980s, growing up on Cumberland Road in Spanish Town and then moving to Ensom City and witnessing and seeing political violence up front firsthand. Like
Explain on our emotion.
having to walk to school because your mother never had the money to give you to take taxi, to come home and wash that uniform and iron it the next day. I know what it is not to have lunch money, but nobody in the world would ever know, because even though I was poor as proud, so when I say,
So Jamaica, if him know that our youth them have to go to school because their mother never have the money to take the taxi, then why this man treat us like that? If him know, so enough youth have to come home and wash uniform and iron it next day if you go back to school. If you know what it is not to have lunch money, then how you treat we so? If you know what it is not to have lunch money, then how you treat we so? If you know what it is, you have to come home, come wash your uniform and press that for we go back to school tomorrow, then how you treat we so? How you treat we so, brother? You understand what I say? When the people of Jamaica see me and hear me and touch me and feel me, I don't know the feeling thing with the Prime Minister. I don't play them game there. We don't play them game there. We don't want to play some kind of game, but we don't depend on them game there. We don't know feel and touch no man. We depend on them thing there. You understand? They know that I am for real. I am from them. I am like them. I went through their struggle. I understand their struggle. And I am true. I am your child. I am your son. I am your brother. I am your uncle. And now I could be your father. He says, I'm your family. Bro, if you know say you're with family, bro, then why make you treat me so like a dog? If you know that I'm your brother, why you treat me so like a dog? If you know that I am your son, then why you treat me so like a drunko? If you know, say me are your uncle, then why you treat me so like a piece of foot cloth, brother? You coming like a son dirty pooper. You coming like a son dirty, nasty pooper. Sperm donor, brother. Sperm donor, brother. Because if you treat us so, I am your child. Then if you are my child, then why you treat your father so? Why you treat your mother so? If you treat your mother and your father like that, man, pray God no must take you, man. Eh? If you treat your mother and your father like that, you know, pray God no must take you, because you say, I am your child. And now you go back and you say, I am your son. Hmm? So if you treat your people them like that, bro, pray God no must take your brother. Eh? I am your brother. Eh? You must be your brother keeper. And you must be your sister keeper. You must always look out for your brother. If you have one piece of sweetie, you name piece, bite it and give him piece. If you have one drink, say drink, you drink out some and give him. If you have $100 and you have nothing, you split it and you give him 50. If you have a plate of food to eat, you tear off the box cover and you give him some and you eat it. You must always be a brother keeper. And now you are telling them, and now I could be your father. Then if you could be our father, then why you treat we so like a dog? If you are our father, why you abandon us? If you are our father, why you reject us? If you are our father, why you give us away for adoption? It's not my words. And now I could be your father. This is the way our father treats his children, bro. This is the way our father treats his children, bro. Go to White River and take away our raft and cut them up, bro. Go into the market and use the municipal police and the system dog to drop sledgehammer in our stalls, to drop sledgehammer in our car, take away our fruits, vegetable, and take away our clothes. State of emergency, Zozo. For 7 years now, lock up the youth them 6 months, 1 year, without charge. That's how you treat your kid. That's how you treat your kid. That's how you treat your uncle. That's how you treat your brother. That's how you treat your family. Family is the closest thing. And if that's how you treat your family, bro, pray God, the wrath of God, no must depend you, man. The curse of shit depend you, because if you can't treat your family, I know we used to say, brother, I am your child. So how can you treat your mother and your father like that? I am your son. I am your brother. So if you are my brother, dog, why you treat me so? If you are my uncle, why you treat me so? And now I could be your child. And you're telling me now we are family. Bro, and so family treat family, bro. You go to the House of Parliament and you take 300% raise, bro. And you're not giving none. You still left me out there on the roadside. You know, the squalor, the dump, the garrison, the gutter. We back shit out a dog mouth, dog. You're not giving nothing, dog. If we are family, how you treat us, brother? 1.7 trillion. And that just gone in a fear and your little friend them pocket. If we are family, dog, how you treat us like a dog? You abandon us, brother. And say if you want to know your real friend for farm junk and lay down a roadside, bro. And you will find out. You're being with us from the squalor, the mud, the gutter, because you can outline. You have to come home from school, wash your uniform and wear it back tomorrow. No taxi fare. You have to walk to go to school. No lunch money. You have to go to school and come back without that. Brother, so if you've been there with us so long, through all of those struggles, bro, then when you break out and reach on the top, the treat you like a dog, the treat you like a shit. You abandon us. You forget your roots. You forget where you are coming from. You man always say, you cuss where you come from. But cuss where you go. Because if you don't remember your past and your Holness, that's why they are last. Anyway, Jamaica, anyway, let us revisit back Clifton on the day of the demolition. Instruction was given by the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness. Take it away.
Everything gone. You know what's with the boy. change that me go work in the mountain, come in a come here, see if it belongs,
As you're probably aware by now, there is a demolition process taking place. It's an operation that is being conducted by the Sugar Company of Jamaica. We as law enforcement are merely here based on our assessment of the space, our assessment of the situation. We're here just to provide the security necessary for the workmen to do their operation. Our information is that criminal elements have acquired lands in this space. They have sold those lands. They are purported to sell those lands to unsuspecting persons who have been in the process of construction at varying stages. The information that we have is that that construction process, the necessary orders were given by the government of Jamaica to cease and desist. The construction has continued and it's now reached the point of demolition. Again, we are just here in our capacity as law enforcement.
Any arresting for you?
John George side.
Okay.
We recently, I hear about land selling over here and I come buy a piece of land.
How much you pay for that?
800,000.
How far did you reach?
Check it up out of the ground. Spent 400,000 including the workman for the foundation and body, the steel, the cement and the blocks. Because they are going to work doesn't compare workman and everything, see that everything gone. You know what we do no more.
The $800,000 that you paid for the land, who you paid to?
We paid to the hairdresser introduced me to the man. I get the receipt, then give them me PRN and my ID and every time up the receipt give me. There's another receipt give me. Nobody not give me no look one, no look nothing, no give me. No, after me does a person so I try to so the money on the plane. Me does a work for God work. I see that work for God work. I change that me God work in the mountain. Come in a come here, see if it belongs so. So I don't know if it.
What will happen to the persons who will now lose their houses?
I can't speak to that. Not in the capacity to speak to that. I'd put that question to the GOJ.
How many houses are we talking about?
I know that 30 houses or 30 construction projects have been underway at various stages of completion. My information is that not all of them were set for demolition today. You'd have to speak with the other representatives for greater detail on that matter. I know that there are occupants who are in homes at this time. Our information is that unoccupied, unfinished homes were to be demolished today. Again, there are homes that are occupied that are not the subject of this process. There are homes that are not occupied, but they are near completion. They are not the subject of this process either.
Let's look on the quality.
But the details of that, you have to speak to the relevant authorities.
Any resistance?
No, actually, there's been no resistance today. There have been persons voicing their displeasure. There have been persons expressing their frustration, their anger, varying ranges of emotion. And again, from our perspective, we can only empathize with them and the emotions that they've expressed.
There couldn't be no criminals to attack them, because it was propaganda. The Prime Minister was lying. It was underground criminal elements. So therefore, how they would meet resistance when it was all a lie? That's what I mean. So Jamaica, anyway, continue, brother. My viewers and my subscribers. If that's be the case, where the Prime Minister is gonna tell me, when the people of Jamaica see me and hear me and touch me and feel me, they know I am for real. I am from them. I am like them. And I went through the struggle. I understand their struggle and I am through to them. I am your child. I am your son. I am your brother. I am your uncle. And now I could be your father. I am your family. You are my family. You are my family. If I am your family, bro, and you can stand in the house of the parliament and tell a lie that there was criminal underground elements selling plot over there, and you and Cliff Hughes orchestrated all along and sell fake news, conspiracy theory to the Jamaican people them and carry out on a mission. Where is the art? Where is the love? Where is the care? Where is the sincere genuineness for the Jamaican people, bro? It is your words, bro. I am your child. I am your son. I am your brother. I am your uncle. And now I could be your father. You are my family. You are my family. You treat us a dog. If me and your family, if you are my brother, or my uncle, if I'm your son, and you treat me so dog, I wouldn't like to see you street a stranger. So my viewers and subscribers, but anyway, my viewers and 3 days later, members from the People's National Party showed up over there with some liars, because they said the people over there need compensation. So without any further ado, I am now gonna present that clip to you.
Evening, an urgent appeal for the government to compensate the residents whose homes were demolished in Clifton, St. Catherine. It comes as the parliamentary opposition warns the government to act now and prevent the people from taking legal action. We have more in this report. A team from the People's National Party and other stakeholders touring the ruins of the Clifton demolition in St. Catherine Sunday morning. Their visit came 3 days after the government ordered the demolition of the properties due to what was described as residents illegally building on government land. But Spanish Town's Mayor Norman Scott told residents that the government took the wrong approach.
Government, the Prime Minister, have ordered the demolition without due process, without due consultation. It is very unfortunate.
President of the PNP's Women's Movement, Patricia Duncan Sutherland, indicated that the demolition is a deterrent to home ownership in the island.
This is not just about Clifton and the environs. It is about a clear policy that says that we are going to demolish who we don't want to be there. We are not intending to have dialogue. We are not intending to create a Jamaica where everybody can own a piece of Jamaica.
Which is why there is an appeal for the residents who lost their homes to be compensated before the matter reaches the courts.
He can choose to save you the money. So if you're really sorry, come to the table in a serious way. Don't come over here and just go hug up people. Don't come over here and come hug up people. Tell us what the first meeting is. Yes. Don't tell Fitz as MP that he must announce the meeting. Come at the meeting when the meeting announced. Humble yourself, because you never humble yourself when you go to Parliament first and call everybody criminal.
However, I would still say legal representation is needed from the offset, because government will try to just give you what them feel like.
However, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has since declared that a development is coming for the area and the residents would not be left out. On Friday, Mr. Holness also indicated that he was told that the Sugar Company of Jamaica, SCJ, which owns the land, has issued 2-stop orders for residents to stop building on the property. The demolition was also put on hold until a meeting is convened with the government and the SCJ to discuss the way forward. But again, the government is being criticized for being reactive.
Member So okay, Jamaica, that was members of the People's National Party, along with some attorneys, Isaac Buchanan here. My viewers and subscribers right at home and in the diaspora, this is the moment that we are all waiting for. Cliff Hughes, I want you to listen. Oh, Cliff Hughes, use this and dominate the airwaves and sell false narrative to the people of Jamaica. I want you to listen. Oh, the man just orchestrate the thing. You understand? Just do it to perfection. It is too good to be true. The way Cliff Hughes sell it, and know that Cliff Hughes have an audience that listen to him, thick or thin. But what did he do? He sell a false narrative. He sold a propaganda. He sold a lie that the Prime Minister and Cliff Hughes themselves orchestrate. The Prime Minister used the floor of the Parliament to greet the people of Jamaica. Cliff Hughes used the mastermind, airways, the JLP mouthpiece, use the influence of his radio network and broadcast this over the globe. Take it away, my people.
Thursday, October 6th. And we begin with that situation in the community of Clifton in Bernard Lodge in South St. Catherine, where the security forces moved into the area from as early as 6 this morning or shortly thereafter with a heavy presence. They have blanketed much of the community of Clifton. And this was signaled to the country yesterday by the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, in Parliament. He told the Parliament and the country yesterday afternoon that he had instructed the security forces to move into the area to begin demolishing illegal housing structures that were being put up by criminals who have captured several parts of the community of Clifton. According to the Prime Minister, this was the action of central government. They are not going to be leaving it to any state agency, because he was determined to virtually make a point, to take a stand. And you're going to hear what he told the Parliament yesterday if you didn't hear it. But the demolition work started sometime after 6 this morning, and is
not my
moving
word.
Without major incident. Both the members of the Constabulary and the Defence Force are deployed in the area, and the demolition crews are contracted by the owners of the property, SCJ Holdings. Some residents, we understand, have...
By the owners of the estate of holding whatsoever. Then all the owners employ the people for demolish. But the Prime Minister of Jamaica said, I'm just saying, you know, they are not leaving this to any other agency. It is central government. Who is central government? The Andrew Holness government, man. So all you tell me now, see people from holding hire the demolition crew to come lick down the people in house. When you just say out of your mouth a while ago, so the Prime Minister say, him now left this to some other state agency, a central government. Who is central government, brother? No, Andrew Holness led government, a central government, man. So no can't give me no foolishness. You understand what I say? Anyway, continue. Anyway,
There be
continue.
satisfaction at the demolition taking place. And they have called for the intervention of their Member of Parliament, Fitz Jackson, the member for South St. Catherine. The Prime Minister told the House of Representatives yesterday that the National Security Council had been given a report and that they have established that criminal gangs have captured lands in the area and illegally selling those lands as well. And they have not only been selling, but they have begun to put up structures on the land while enticing unwittingly individuals to do the same. And the Prime Minister told the Parliament that this interferes with the government's plans for the orderly development of Bernard Lodge.
In our own assessment of the area and the security threats in the area, including the existence of criminal gangs and the capture of communities, and our survey, we received a report and we have done our own surveillance, and we have discovered that in proximity to Clifton, this area has been captured. So, Madam Speaker, the National Security Council, in reviewing the development plan, observed an insidious and growing threat in the area where alleged gangsters were capturing lands in the area adjoining the Clifton community, creating their own informal subdivision and selling these lands under the false pretense of ownership or building on them themselves. We are showing you now some pictures, not the best quality, but you can see what is going on. These are not the structures of poor persons squatting. The capturing, the SCJ has given warning and served notice to cease and desist. The capturing and illegal construction has continued to the point where some 30 structures have been identified. Let me be clear, the government wants every Jamaican to be able to own their own home and a piece of Jamaica, but it must be done orderly and lawfully. This illegal capturing and building on public or private land will not be tolerated.
The Prime Minister said the illegal capturing of public land will
750 acre and give it to the Chinese, and the little piece what we do over this upon our great grandmother and great great grandfather walk on the sugar estate, if you lick and nothing come lick we off. Anyway, continue.
Not be accepted.
Madam Speaker, in August, when I went to open 2 housing developments in St. Catherine Estate was one, and in that presentation I alluded to this, and I was very clear that we will not allow the illegal occupation of public lands, capturing them, pretending to sell them under the false pretense of ownership or building on them. And in particular, Madam Speaker, we will not allow criminal gangs to create communities in this country.
I listened to the Prime Minister, and how often have we heard prime ministers, ministers, yes, say the same thing?
Everybody applaud.
And we just allow it to drift and to continue. Yeah? How often? Well, yesterday, he told the Parliament that beginning today, the demolition would start. And it has started.
Madam Speaker, this illegal capturing and building on the lands compromises the well-laid development plan. It takes away the land designated for agriculture. So, Madam Speaker, from the technical and security issues that it poses, all of Jamaica must acknowledge every single Jamaican must acknowledge that this is just wrong. The government of Jamaica, therefore, will make a stand. And I repeat, Madam Speaker, the government of Jamaica. This is not going to be left to a government agency. This is something that the central government of Jamaica must stand up and ensure it does not continue. So, Madam Speaker, directions have been given.
Government of Jamaica.
To have a strong presence in the area to treat with any threats from any criminal that may want to interrupt or exercise control or present any obstacle to the government rectifying that situation. So the JDF has deployed a forward operating base meters away from this area, and they are doing regular patrols, and they have created a security blanket, including regular surveillance, drone surveillance, and other forms of surveillance to see whether or not there will be any movement by criminals in those areas. Madam Speaker, tomorrow, government will act to demolish those structures that have been illegally erected.
Well, that was yesterday afternoon, and this morning they have acted. Scores of members of the Constabulary and Defence Force are in the area this morning with the demolition
Members of Parliament
from
applaud.
SJ Holdings, and they have begun demolishing some of the structures. We're going to be getting an update from our reporter out there in a moment. But the Prime Minister went on to tell the Parliament last night that the government will take into consideration what he called extenuating circumstances in demolishing structures out there. He said today's demolition should serve as a warning to Jamaicans who may fall victim to the illegal sale of government land.
Where, Madam Speaker, we see extenuating circumstances, and I'm going to be as vague as possible because there will always be circumstances. We are not an evil government. We are not an unthinking and uncaring government. We care. So, after we have demolished the incomplete structures, then, Madam Speaker, we will engage a process to deal with the structures that are complete and occupied. But to be clear, they will not be allowed to stand. Madam Speaker, this will be a watershed moment in Jamaica. It is not the first time that the government of Jamaica has moved to rectify illegal settlements. But it is the first time, Madam Speaker, that a settlement, an illegal settlement sponsored by a criminal gang, will be treated with. I want this, Madam Speaker, to be an example and a warning and a caution to Jamaicans. There are persons who are going around pretending falsely to own government lands or private lands and are selling them, collecting money, and we have seen them come to the Ministry of Housing trying to get title, and when we ask them, so how you came by this land? Well, some obscure person that they can't say who sold them the land and they have a receipt. I would say to all Jamaicans, don't get caught in those schemes. Madam Speaker, by tomorrow morning, action will begin to clear these structures. It will follow the requirements of the law faithfully, and we will ensure the safety and security of the members of the community that has been legitimately
So, Jamaica, my viewers and subscribers, you hear the man clearly over there. And now when you take it into consideration, this man, when the people of Jamaica see me and hear me and touch me and feel me, they know that I am real. I am from them. I am like them. I went through their struggle. I understand your struggle and I am true. I am your child. I am your son. I am your brother. I am your uncle. And now I could be your father. You are my family. That's what he says. But look what he do. All lies and went over there and destroy the people's dwelling, knowing that he's lying to us. And listen what he says, you know, Jamaica. It takes away the land that was there for agriculture. It takes away the land that was there for agriculture. So my question, Jamaica, if they take away the land that was there for agriculture, and you go over there and you demolish, then all the following day, you say you are bringing development there. So it simply means that from day one, you know that you were lying. He goes on and he said every single Jamaican should acknowledge that that was wrong. Every single Jamaican should acknowledge that that was wrong. So I'm wondering to myself if the Prime Minister is acknowledging that 600 million of NHT that him give to him friend, and now they sign a disclosure agreement from telling us what they do with our money. If that is wrong. Anyway, the saga continues. And I want you to listen this and listen this keenly. What he says, I am just quoting the Prime Minister word. This is not going to be left up to government agency. This is something that central government must stand up and ensure it does not continue. He goes on and he says, Madam Speaker, direction has been given to the security force to have strong presence in the area, to treat with any threat from any criminals that may want to interrupt or exercise control or present any obstacle to the government rectifying that situation. So the JDF has deployed a operation base meters away from the area. Madam Speaker, tomorrow the government will hack to demolish those structures that has been illegally erected. Madam Speaker, this will be a watershed moment in Jamaica. And every one of those members that was in that parliament on that day on the GLP side applaud and knock the bench and clap the Prime Minister. There goes on, yeah, 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 and cheers on the Prime Minister. It is not the first time the government of Jamaica has moved to rectify illegal settlement. But listen to this keenly, Jamaica. But it is the first time in the history of Jamaica, Madam Speaker, that an illegal settlement that is sponsored by a criminal gang. But it is the first time, Madam Speaker, that an illegal settlement sponsored by criminal gangs will dismantle. I want this, Madam Speaker, to be an example and a caution and a warning to every Jamaican. I want this to be an example and a caution and a warning to every Jamaican. Now, my viewers and subscribers, home and in the diaspora, the Chinese, the Prime Minister give them 750 acres of land over there in St. Anne's. Every single Jamaican should acknowledge that this is wrong. 1.7 trillion is being missing from taxpayers' fund. The Prime Minister and his administration cannot give account for it. Every single Jamaican should acknowledge that this is wrong and people must do prison time. 100 million from CAP, the aluminum, for a 4-year span. 100,000 million US gone under this Andrew Holness-led administration. Jamaica, every single Jamaican should acknowledge that this is wrong and people must face prison time. 6 million the Prime Minister lent to his friend for NHT development, and now we hear they have a disclosure agreement. So we, the citizens of Jamaica, who the money belongs to, cannot hear what deal take place, what go down between the lender and the man who the borrowed face the money time. $550 million in the COVID to give to the people of the inner city, rural Jamaica, urban communities, the ghetto, the garrison. And the Prime Minister did not give them. The Prime Minister keep it for him and his cronies. Every single Jamaican should acknowledge that this is wrong and the Prime Minister and members of his administration should face prison time. The wife of the Prime Minister, Juliet Holness, is building a $800 million apartment. She get approved for 70. The last time I heard it is over 130. The Prime Minister and his wife break all protocol, all rules and all laws in Jamaica. Every single Jamaican should acknowledge that these things is wrong and people must face prison time. It is your word, Mr. Prime Minister. It is your word. When the people of Jamaica see me and hear and touch and feel me like a tomato or a spoiled onion or a banana in a market, they knew I am real. I am from them. I am like them. I went through their struggle. I understand their struggle. And I am through to them. I am your child. I am your son. I am your brother. I am your uncle. And now I could be your father. You are my family. You are my family. This is what the Prime Minister of Jamaica is telling us now. After all the things that we encounter for 8 years, out of the 8 years that the Prime Minister is there, he have Zozo and states of the emergency and our youths them. And now you are telling us that you are our brother and uncle and child and son. Look what you do to the youth at White River with their wrath. And now you are telling us, I am your son. I am your brother. I am your uncle. And now I can be your father. Which father in this world treat them youth like that? Which uncle in this world So you are on stage, you understand, weeping and having a tantrum. You understand, having a mental breakdown and carrying on the stage like if you are care. You were flat. So you have to behave that way to make people stand up and make noise. Because right there, everybody who speak that day, it was so flat. You could feel it in the room. There is no momentum taking place there. So you have to throw that tantrum, that mental breakdown to get the attention of your supporters. Your throne is sinking. Your throne is going down. And that is the reason why when you are on a stage or on a platform, you have to behave that way. Because if you don't, the people won't gravitate to you. So you have to use that form of anger and that form of passion like you care. But no, it is the other way around. You have to do that to get the people attention. After 8 years, you should just walking around. You don't have to say nothing because people who shouldn't see your accomplishment. But there's nothing there to show. So that's the reason why you have to behave that way. Anyway, my people, stay tuned to Aromatic Realistic TV. Like and share, follow us over YouTube. Help us to spread the message. Be a part of this movement. Be a part of this movement and be a part of history. We tell them, say, no man is an island and no man stand alone. United we stand, or divided we gonna fall. Love your fellow man and show them respect. Struggle is real. How much realer can it get under this Holness-led administration? We tell them God and good road. Be well, my people. The signature word. Art of love. Art of love. Art of love. Peace, my people. Out.